Hi. There is a lot of videos about the smartwatches and how to run and the heart rate zones and so on, but none of them, or at least not many, talking about the people with a low vision. And as I myself, I have a low vision, so I have completely rights to discuss about this and to share my experience. Maybe you'll find it useful. So first, I would like to say the one important thing that all you will be doing it, you're doing it for your own risk. So I'm just giving advice, and it's up to you to whatever you do or not. And of course, it would be nice if you kind of be in touch with your doctor, and after his advices, you would start doing something. Important thing uh, which I keep in mind while walking or running is to stay within the kind of pulse range. So they call it pulse zone. And why it is important? Because if you do walking or running too slow, you won't get any profit from that. It's kind of, you can just walk in a calm pace quite long, and that would not bring you kind of training skills that will not improve your body or whatever. Maybe you will just burn a bit of calories, but that's not the topic I would like to cover. Why to stay in the HR zone? Because you can choose which range for you now it would be comfortable. You can find information more about the heart rate zones, which are they, how to calculate your own for yourself. But if you uh, if you don't have already your own heart rate zones, when you be calculating them, it's important to take into account your maximum heart rate possible. But you can make the tests, and if you do tests for your maximum heart rate, then be careful, because it's not so easy, and just be careful. And also use the formula for which takes in account your low or calm heart rate, which calculates your heart rate while you're kind of laying down and not doing anything. So that would be the nice for calculation your own heart rate zones. How to achieve the to be within the heart rate zone is important where you will be running or walking. I've recently tried these fitness stairs. It's a good thing, but not for heart rate zone running. Definitely not. It's very good that you go up and you go down, but the thing is, when you go down, you're just using your legs mostly. It's not the load for your heart, and which is why you will almost be needing to kind of running down in order to maintain the same heart rate as was before. And if you go out the heart rate, you will not train your body, you will not kind of get most of it as you could. So which is why, and also in terms of accessibility and usability, while you're going up to the stairs, you can see it clearly, because step is quite distinguishable from another steps, because there is a gaps between them and you can see it quite clearly. But when you're going down, if you go down along these steps, the same steps, uh, you will not see the where's the edge between the one step and another, unless if they marked somehow the edges. But in most cases, for example in Finland, they're not, so you won't see the edges between them and you might fall. So that's not the thing we would like to happen. But there is an opportunity to go down, not by the stairs but by the road. But this road is not so accessible because it's full of small stones, and if you fall you may damage yourself. And taking into account that in order to be within the certain heart rate zone, you will need to run quite fast in order to maintain this zone, in order to not stop. because stopping doing this fitness cardio training within the certain zone, it will lead to you'll not achieve what it really meant for. So I would not recommend you doing the stairs. So other options might be just running down the roads, but it is also problematic because there is stoplights, there is bicycles, there is also other disturbances, and also the dogs in a distance from its owner, and you can stumble on this rob or on its dog. So not the best way. And also, which why I would not recommend to running to along the asphalt roads, because no matter how good shoes you choose, you will break with the time. You will be breaking your knee joints, so your knees will be suffering. So definitely not good choice for running. So other options we have is the running tracks, because the specially made running tracks for running is the best option. Why? Because they have these special surfaces, and running along them, you will not break your joints. You don't need to cross anything, you don't need to wait anything, so nothing will stop you, and you can continue and continue and continue. It's not best for the winter because sometimes they're not winter maintained, so it means that it will be covered with the snow, or if it's the rainy weather, also not the best choice. So for these cases, if you not wanna take a breaks, if you don't want to interrupt your training, so only the gyms will be the choice. That's kind of all about where to run or walk. And then I would be talking about the which trackers or smart bracelets, I don't know how they might call it, whatever. There are lots of them, lots of brands, but not all of them really will giving you feedback if you be going out of the range you have set before. So if you will be below or above, you will not know about it, and you will need to constantly watch on your watches. But that's not the case if you have low vision, right? And also that's not the case if your vision is really low, so you won't be able to distinguish what's my heart rate now. And maybe if you have an ADHD, you will not even be kind of remembering what exactly the pulse you would need to have now in order to stay in the zone, because zone requires kind of lower limit and upper limit, and these limits might change because you might arrange for yourself kind of phasing training. So different phases. It's like warm up when you'll be on a slow piece, on a slow temp, and then you will go to higher, and then you will be your kind of main zone in which you would like to be trained, kind of zone 3. It's, for example, 130 and 142 rates, whatever. So that's not the best option if the watch will not tell you kind of are you above or below, and also how the watch can be telling you about it. Mostly they will be telling you only visually. You watch at the Apple Watch and it tells you, oh, you're above the zone, or you're below the zone. And even if you put the alerts, HR alerts on, they will or will not work sometimes. If they do, they only will alert you once when you go above the zone. And if you stay above the zone, so if you have not returned, which is quite possible during training, a watch will not alert you anything else. So, and even when you return back to the zone you would like to be, watch will not alert you that, okay, now you're in a place, now everything good, just continue. No, Apple Watch will not alert you about it. And this is the really bad, and this is why I would not recommend Apple Watch in case you already bought one. So if you have one, I will put in the YouTube description, and also if I will not forget, I will put the QR code which you can scan. And I made the Apple shortcut script which help you to be staying within the zones, which help you create the different phases for your training: warm up, the main zone, cool down, or even more. And for each phase, you can set the lower and upper limit and the duration. And phases will be changing automatically. Between each phases, you will have the 10 vibrations. Like you will be knowing that, okay, this phase is now changing. So, okay, warm up is changing to the main zone. I have to might be increase. So this script, it works. Sometimes it can stop, but I've checked that, and sometimes it works really well. So that would be the option if you already have an Apple Watch and that you don't want to spend more $150 or euros buying another watch. Next thing is the what kind of watches can do this. So it's really not easy to find, even though you get the manual for the watch kind of guide, and if even though you look it through, it's not necessary that you will find definitely what you need, and what you need is alert by the vibration, only by the vibration. Because as for me, I would like to start the training, and I will not wanna watch or touch my watches. I just want to forget about it, and I want my hands to be free. Because if you're in a gym, you can say, oh, you can be always touching these handles and you will be seeing your pulse. No, it's not good, because when you run, you want to kind of make your free movements with your hands, and that actually it's more natural. It's better for your bones and your joints. So when you're always sticking to these handles, it's not how you're running usually, you know. And if you run on the outside some track, so you don't have other choices but the watch. So watch should alert you about the lower limit with a different vibration type. For example, the double vibration when you're below the range, and it should continue doing that until you come back to the normal. And in the normal your zone, it would, for example, doing nothing. But if you go up, exceed your upper limit, it would give you three vibrations that you would know, okay, now I'm above, and it would continue giving the three vibrations, not two, until you return back to the normal. This is the safest way. And when the phase is changing, the range is changing, and vibration will be alerting you accordingly. So it will be for you really easy to just start the program, forget about your watch, just concentrate on your kind of running, and maybe listening to music, whatever. Actually, listening to music will really help you doing the long sessions if you would like to run for an hour, because in the very beginning it will be easier. And in the very beginning, in order to not lose your time, you might listen some lections, some cognitive material that you would not lose your time. You would kind of use it, some podcasts, whatever you listen to. But later on, of course, you would be willing to change maybe to the music, because your patient would not necessarily be as high, and it will be kind of boring for you. And in order to continue further, the kind of metal or whatever music you like would be the nice. So not all watches do the thing we want. For example, take in account the Garmin for a runner 55. This model will be doing you these alerts, but the thing is, they will be giving you the same type of vibration when you go below the lower limit, or if you exceed the upper limit. So the vibration will be the same, and that means you will not understand, are you below the limit or above the limit, and you don't know should you increase or decrease. So it means that the vibration alert of the Garmin for Runner 55 or other models is useless, is purposeless, because you don't know. You sometimes you don't feel, is it kind of too fast or too slow, because your heart rate might be kind of reacting absolutely different way according to whether you drank the coffee before, or according to what you eat and so on. So different sleep conditions. So your heart rate will be reacting absolutely differently, and which is why taking into account only the speed with which you run, it's not the best idea. Only the heart rate zones, that's the best choice. So Garmin, actually, you can fix the thing by installing the alert HR or HR alert. So you will find it with they have its own store, which allows you to installing the apps straight to your watch, so that will be working without your phone, so you don't need any Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connection. It just will be working independently. But as for me, installing some app and buying the watch, and what if it will not work? So that's not the best choice for me, and which is why I'll be talking about the other models. So other brands will be the Suunto. So they give a distinguishable, so different types of alerts with the low or upper limits. But some users said that it's not the best type of alerts. So sometimes you just might not feel the vibration because it's too weak, and during intensive kind of running, walking, you might be miss it. So not the best choice either. So which is why the last model, and which I would go with, because I've already used the Polar brand. I've been using the Polar Vantage V2, and that worked absolutely perfectly. But then I got the Apple Watch and I thought, wow, well, I'm covered, so I don't need any more the Polar. And now I miss this model because that was the best choice, and maybe I will continue with that. But there is a cheaper option, which the same as good, almost as good as the Vantage V2, but it's cheaper. It's around 180 euro, $80. Or if you're in Europe, maybe you can get it for the 150 euros. It's the uh, Polar Pacer actually. So this one is good. You can uh, create your own structured program. You can ask somebody to help you, because you can make it once, sync this with your watch, and then you don't need the app, you don't need your phone, you don't need Bluetooth in your watches. Actually, I would recommend you always using the airplane mode until the moments when you would like to sync your watch. When you like to sync, okay, toggle the airplane mode off, syncing the watch with the app if you need to, and then back to the airplane mode. Because of course, if you would like to have these GPS data, uh, okay, but watch can also estimate the distance according to your step length and according to other things. So airplane mode is really good because it saves the battery, and nobody will pay you for the battery replacement, right? So which is why toggle off everything which you not need. For example, constantly heart rate measuring, you don't need that maybe, uh, because that will drain your battery. Also save the battery, you will not, and the watch will be working kind of 15 days alone in a row, so that's really wonderful, and that will save you money. So that was it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Again, the best model I would choose, it would be the Polar Pacer. And if I not forget, I will put the QR code which you can scan, and this is the affiliation program within Amazon. So if you buy it through Amazon with this link, or the link in the description of the YouTube, so by this you can kind of help the channel. Thank you very much. Bye.